What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is Ash Brown Uncensored. On this program, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. So you got to stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so I did something that I haven't done for a very, very long time this weekend, and that is I went to the movies, y'all. I actually went to a movie theater. And it's wild because the last time I went to a movie theater, it was during COVID. And I think it was like Bad Boys 3 was at the time playing. Or was it the first sequel? No, it must have been the second or the third. I don't remember whichever one. But during the pandemic, there was a movie theater by my crash pad. So a lot of times during the day, as we weren't working, trying to find stuff to just keep myself occupied, I would often go to the movies. And it was like I had my own personal theater because there was nobody going to the movies. And it's been years. And I finally went to the movies. And one of my very favorite movie theaters that I always love to frequent, and sadly, the Holcomb Bridge location is no longer there, but it was Studio Movie Girl. And I liked it mostly because they had a lot of early showings, so I could go wake up early, get out there, go see my movie, then go do all the stuff I needed to do for the day, go pick up food, go make these stops and run errands. And it just was very convenient versus the average movie theater, maybe their first showing, especially on a weekend, is not going to be maybe till noon or so. So I went and I saw two movies that I got a hunch from just from looking at the trailers. I got a feel that these were different stories. And that's what I like. I like stuff that's different. It's mind-bending, and it'll just really take you to that new place in a really fun way. And the first movie that I saw was Blink Twice. And I'm going to tell you off the rip, I was not super excited to see Channing Tatum because in the preview, they show him and they give, a good overview of who this character is. And you get a good idea of who he represents, which is multiple people, but that's neither here nor there. And so what was the main drive for me to see it was the fact that this was Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut. All right, this is her very first Hollywood movie as a director. And I was like, Zoe Kravitz, the girl is slick. She is very savvy. She knows what works. I mean, look at her parents. I mean, Lisa Bonet, Lenny Kravitz. She knows her stuff. She has grown up in and around the industry. And I have to say that I was so very impressed with this work. The cinematography, the angles, everything. I have a newfound respect for Channing Tatum. Okay, he was not one of my favorites, and he would do different type of movies and different type of roles throughout the years. And you're like, oh, okay, he's the beefcake, whatever. This particular role went deep. It was deeper than I'd ever see him go. And it just worked. And I definitely don't want to give you guys too much away from it, but it's one of those psychological thrillers. Like, it really takes you to this weird place, and you're just like, the minute that you think you know something, you don't. And I love those type of movies that can really grasp you and just turn you upside down, inside out, and then have an ending that is just jaw-dropping. You're just like, wait, what? Excuse me? So Blink Twice definitely gets the five stars from the Ash Said It team, which is just me, literally. But I really did enjoy it. I loved it. I think you guys should check it out. Whether you go to the movies or you wait till it's streaming, whatever. In my book, good movie. Second movie. I have heard from a couple of people, and these are like unlikely people that are really big fans of good movies. And again, this was another very original story. And I loved it. Josh Hartnett, I haven't seen him in years. I haven't seen him do anything really on the screen. I think he's been doing stuff behind the scenes. And I will say, number one, he has grown into a very handsome man. Yes, he has. Darling, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not the teenage Josh Hartnett that I remember. And I'm glad for it. Very, very much so glad for it. I definitely think that it was an original story. It kept you engaged. You did not know what was going to happen. And overall, I would have to say, it was a very, very good story. Very much good story. Good storytelling. That's my number one thing. It's like, if you can really sell me on a story and make me invested to where I have to know what happens next, you got me hooked. You totally have me hooked. And Trap is another one, gets 5 stars from your girl, Ash. Absolutely. Studio Movie Girl, I went to the one in North Point. That's in Alpharetta. And I read up some reviews previously before going. And I can get why it doesn't get 5 stars. And Studio Movie Girl, from the ones that I remember, and like I said, Holcomb Bridge is now closed down, but that was my favorite location. Studio Movie Girl took over an old AMC. And AMC does not typically have, their older theaters don't have stadium seating. Well, most of the Studio Movie Girls are stadium seating. So this was a little disappointing that it wasn't stadium seating. It was just typically just, and it still made for a good experience, but I think that it would have been heightened if it was stadium seating. I'm just so used to it. And I was like, even though it's been, 4 years since I've been to the movies, sometimes you're just like, I really want to enjoy this on that level. So a little disappointed by that. And then, like I said, it's an old building. They need to renovate the bathrooms. The bathrooms are unacceptable. I was in there and going in and hearing like little girls come in and they're like, oh my God, this is gross. Oh my God, did you see that? It was a lot of just craziness. They definitely need to step up their game. The food was good. The food was good. Overall, great experience. Overall, great time to go check out some movies and, take out that moment sometimes and just really embrace life. Really digest what you've been through, what you're going through, what you will see soon, and take it for what it is. There are so many people that are just walking around just ungrateful, not happy, and just in a bad way. And for every one of those people, you've got to remember, you are important, you matter, you make a difference. That's it. So that's my little tidbit for this week, y'all. Yeah, if you can, go check out these movies in the theater, or if not, look for them on streaming because they're going to be fire. Oh my gosh. I was super excited. I'm so glad I went and saw these two. Because usually when I go and pick movies before, at least one of them was like a dud or complete flop, and you're like, ugh, such a waste. I didn't have that issue this time. Both movies were really great, and these are movies that I would pay to see again. Absolutely. So, you guys have a great week. Purposeful, peaceful, positive week. I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.